Alright, back to it. I am going to let the controller charge for a little bit. Let's say 3 minutes we'll get started. Something like that.
Let's do this. Let me show you my real power.
Okay, I think while the next cinematic plays, it's probably just going to be the intro again. I will go get the controller and then we will get started.
I am one with the master.
No, okay, it's the treasure hunt thing. Well, that'll work anyway, too. As a means to an end. Just a whole bunch of digging. Okay. Let's do this. Do this. Oh, that's why it's on Skyrail. I remember because I had to do things for missions. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. I definitely have been past Skyrail, but yeah, I got it. I'm not dumb. I promise. Only sometimes. Hey, Rockin' Fun, how's it going? You're just in time because we are about ready to get started. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the Stream Edition. Last time, we completed both the hero side and the dark side stories, and as you can see, we have one last story to take care of before the game's story content is complete. Now, I have some plans for doing a little bit of showcase for the multiplayer stuff in the game, and also I'm going to show off some of the missions that you can do in Stage Select. But before we do any of those things, we are going to head into Stage Select because there are a few upgrades that we did not get with the characters that we need to go and grab real quick. So, what order do I want to go in? Excuse me, get these. I guess we could just start with Sonic because he only needs one. Let's see. Sonic needs one, Shadow needs one, Tails needs two, Rouge needs two, Knuckles needs one. Right? Yeah, and Eggman needs two. Okay, so we'll just go Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Tails, Rouge, Eggman, I guess? I don't know. Point is, in order to grab the upgrades that we need, first things first, we need to go into City Escape. And I'll just do it in the first mission, just because there's no major objective that could potentially take me out of the stage by accident, like with the 100 rings. So we'll just go through the stage real quick. See if I can actually hit these jumps this time, hit the curves the correct way this time. The cars aren't gonna, run directly into me this time. There we go. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it didn't though. Shouldn't have spoken so soon. So soon before I, came crashing down the hill, missed the jump, and caused a massive pile up. Oh well. It's not like I need to worry about that. I'm just worried about going through the stage, so with my fancy flame ring equipped. You gotta get that for Shadow as well. But we'll do that in a few minutes. And I can kind of speed through a little because I have the bounce bracelet, so in some places where I could not speed through before, I can now bounce onto grind rails, which will help quite a bit. See, like right there, if I had done collect 100 rings mission, I would have, it would not have worked. That's the point. Whoa, okay. I forgot that that's how gravity worked on those things. On the stairs there. I forgot that the bounce bracelet actually interacted properly with gravity. I know it's a weird thing to forget, but apparently I forgot it anyway, so don't ask me how that works, me bouncing between the cars like that. So, Sonic's upgrade, we actually need to get past the gold beetle here, who disappeared again like a dick. And we need to get down this building. Once we get down this building, we'll be in good shape. I'll test it up. There we go. Incidentally, if you wanted to do this in one of Sonic's mission, you could always just do it in mission 3, because if you go over here, yeah, here, and go into this corner right here, there's your Mystic Melody Shrine, and that will open up the way to the Lost Chow, which is at the top of the building there. You gotta do a little platforming to get up there, but that's okay. As for Sonic's actual upgrade, well, you may remember those iron crates that are right about here. So you couldn't get into them before because they're stuck in the ground like this. But once you have the flame ring and the bounce bracelet, you can bounce right through them and hit a spring. Well, not exactly. We'll see what we can find. Here it is. The magic gloves. That's what we're looking for. So Sonic now has something kind of similar in function to the sunglasses for Knuckles, where you use it as a command prompt by pressing the triangle button until it comes up on the screen. When Magic Hand is in the action window, you press circle when an enemy's close, and it turns them into a ball, and you can throw them like another object. So to give an example, exactly like that. It's situationally useful, not usually that useful in most situations because most of the time you're running with Sonic, and I don't think you can Magic Hands while you're running. No, you can't. You have to stop, go to Magic Hands, and then, well, there's no enemies around, but you get the point. So, we'll, yeah, we won't have any major use for it. There are some uses for it, but not a huge ton of them because Sonic is usually moving rather than standing still. So, we'll see what we can do with it, though. It's funny, in Sonic Adventure 1, you remember where all the upgrade locations are, but in SA2, you straight up forgot about their existence. Yeah, honestly, I did too. I had to look up a few of these, especially like the Mystic Melodies, because I couldn't remember where the hell they were for the life of me, so I completely understand. And hello, Conquer. It's going good. How's it going for you there? We are just collecting some upgrades before we head off to do the final missions of the game and the last story. Shadows is right here, so let's just go straight to Radical Highway, and we'll grab his last upgrade, because he got all of his so far? Yeah, he got all of his so far. I did, in fact, remember to grab the Ancient Light and Skyrail. Sometimes I forget how to do that, or rather, not forget how, but I forget to do that. So, since I did not forget this time, we should be in good shape. And for Shadows, we got to go a little ways into the stage as well. It's not quite as bad as, like, say, Tails' upgrade in Prison Lane. You have to go through the entire stage to get Tails' upgrade in Prison Lane. So Shadows is pretty quick. I think it's, like, right here. Whoops. By right here, I mean up here somewhere. So you can use the light dash to actually dash into enemies if you're slick. And if you go over here, well, we have the air shoes, so let's go like this, like that. And here's Shadow's Flame Ring. It functions exactly the same as Sonic's. It just turns his somersault into Fire Somersault, which allows him to blast through iron containers. And I think he's the last person who got a Flame Ring. So I think we're all done in terms of the breaking iron containers upgrades now. So that's good. And as you can see, that's a halfway decent path to take if you're doing 100 rings, because I already have 61 rings, and I wasn't even bothering to collect all of them at this point, so. Long time no see, Conquer. Glad to see you absolutely destroyed your exam. Yes, good job on the exam, Conquer. Very good. Very well done. Glad to see that you beat that thing so good. So, doing all right. Just got back from some shopping that was forgotten yesterday. May fall asleep during the stream. That's okay, Conquer. If you need to sleep, then by all means, please take a rest. You've done a lot, so get some sleep if you need it. It's okay. I said I was going to do Knuckles next. I guess we'll do... Well, Rouge is right here. And again, Eggman is also right here. And I need Tails' upgrade from there, too. I don't know. We'll go in some order. I don't know. I do know that Knuckles' next upgrade is here in Wild Canyon, though. So let's go to Wild Canyon again. And we'll go from there. Pretty good besides being ill. Uh-oh. That's no good. Hopefully you feel better soon there, Rock. That would be a good thing. There is a Master Emerald piece, it looks like, directly below the airways there. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but it looked like one. But anyway, Knuckles' Mystic Melody. There's a painting over here. Drop right in after digging for it, and you can grab it. You can grab this as early as Pumpkin Hill, honestly, if you really want to, but... Wow. And actually, for Knuckles, it might make sense to grab it pretty early because, well, these Chaos Shrines are directly associated with the Echidna tribe that he is a descendant of, so yeah, I guess it would make sense for him to grab it pretty early, but I don't know why he would go back to Wild Canyon, because he's kind of got that one-track mind thing going on, you know? He needs to get all those pieces of the Master Emerald, so...
Stage select.
Did some stuff while I wasn't here. It's been so long that you even got a new place and a stable job. That's how long it's been. Nice, Rock. Nice. Sounds good. Congrats on the new place and the stable job. Those are both accomplishments, too, so well done. Exam was about as easy as you expected. Missed points in some questions where you likely misread or misremembered something. Yeah, you know, I hate when that happens because when an exam is easy, I feel like I'm more likely to just, like, misread something and just totally whiff on a question that, and just in hindsight, it feels like it's really stupid that I whiffed on it. You know what I mean? Like that I didn't get it. I don't know. It feels dumb to me. We'll just go in a circle, I think, because Rouge is right here, and we got to go here for Eggman's. We got to go to Hidden Base for Tails' stuff, and then we got to come back around here, and here to get upgrades. So we'll just go in a circle. Rouge's Mystic Melody is in Dry Lagoon as well, so we're gonna go check that out. I think it's right in the starting room. Like I think there's another painting that you just dig into. It's similar to how Knuckles is located in here somewhere. I don't remember what wall the painting is on though. Probably over here. I think it's in this room. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this would probably be the one that. This is probably the one that I misremember the most, honestly. Because I don't remember the last time I got it, to be honest with you. But we're looking for another painting similar to the painting that Knuckles had to dig into. And is it... Maybe it's not here. Hang on. Let me go save this guy real quick, because it might be here somewhere. Like we might have to go off on the other side. I think when you come back from the painting, you end up over there, like up by that little pool of water up there. Maybe it's over here. I don't know. We'll find it. Let's see here. If I were a painting, I probably wouldn't be over there. I'd probably be over here. Okay, so it's not over here. I know what the painting looks like, too. It's just not... It's slipping my mind where exactly it is, that's all. Well, while I'm here, I might as well collect a stray piece of the Master Emerald. Just need to not accidentally collect all three while I'm trying to find this thing. Okay, so it's definitely in here because I did not see the painting. Oh, there it is. Okay. See? You miss one little thing because you're not paying enough attention, evidently. Here's the painting right here. You just dig right in, and right over here, here's Rouge's Mystic Melody. So now she can do Lost Chow missions as well. Same as it always has been. Just go to the shrines, play the melody, and blast off. Oh, okay, you just come right back to start. Got it. Alright, well, that takes care of that. Let's head out of the stage and keep going, shall we?
Stage select.
Speaking of Mystic Melodies to grab, Eggman's is right over here. And I think his is actually really simple to grab. If I remember it, it's right at the beginning of the stage. It's either on the right or the left here. Usually it's when in doubt go left, but since this is a game from Japan, should I go right instead? I guess we'll go right and see what's over here first. Well, okay. Oh, jackass. Maybe this is where the Lost Chow is, actually. Now I think about it, because I don't remember if... Oh, there's a parrot over here. But yeah, that might be where the Lost Chow is, actually, now I think about it. Because I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this seems familiar. Why does it seem familiar? Oh, Lost Chow. But it's definitely not yet. Here we go. Okay. Just float right over here. Don't get hit by the bombs. And here's Eggman's Mystic Melody, which is... I guess it makes sense, because he's, you know, involved with Chaos in some way now as well, because he was around in Sonic Adventure 1 when Chaos was doing his thing, so... Makes sense that he would have a connection to the shrine. Maybe his connection is a little bit more, malevolent, I guess, than other characters, but, you know... I guess it doesn't matter particularly. But that takes care of that.
Stage select.
Went back and listened to some Sonic Adventure tunes again. I can't blame you, all things considered. I think if I remember right, I got really serendipitously lucky again, for no apparent reason, because they just released a bunch of Sonic Adventure 2 soundtracks from like the trial version or something like that of the game, maybe the demo version, from like the beta versions of a lot of the older the stage tracks from like before the game was published, like when it was still in development. So I got lucky again, because apparently the internet is thinking on the same wavelength as me. I'm like, you know what, I feel like playing Sonic Adventure 2. And then the internet's like, here, have some Sonic Adventure 2 content. It's like, oh, wow, okay, thanks. Tails has an upgrade here in Hidden Base. We're just collecting everybody's Mystic Melody while we're here today, apparently. Because Tails' Mystic Melody is also here in Hidden Base. Which I guess makes sense. It is a pyramid with a bunch of, you know, this stuff. Ancient stuff in it. There we go. Good job, Tails. Let's keep going. The Boo and Golem boss themes is barely 30 seconds long, and it's so addictive. It is a good track. I mean, honestly, every track in the game is really good, to be honest. But it's like, yeah, like every single one, it's catchy. It's really good. Yeah, Crush 40 was a really good band. I really enjoyed the work that they did in the Sonic series. And hello, Garrick. How you doing? We are just collecting some upgrades before we head off to the last story here. Such good riff. Sega's a beast when it comes to handling a bunch of different composers in the same series, or even the same game for the case of PSO2. They usually have done a good job in the past in terms of basically any music composition in the past that Sega has done, and generally speaking, been done well, I think. So, you know, good on them, because that's definitely their forte, it looks like. Oh, okay. Forgot about that guy. Flying in and blasting. Let's hope I don't forget about that other guy that got me killed in this stage the last time. I think he's like right over here. Yeah, he's gonna come down over there. I'm gonna go over here because fool me once, I'm mad. Fool me twice, how could you? Fool me 3 times, and you're officially that guy. But he didn't fool me 3 times. Hell, he didn't even fool me twice. So. Alright, that takes care of that. Let's head up here. I think if I remember right, it's past this next section. You gotta go here, up here, and then up this one. And then there's another section you can go to get this thing. Just grab that guy. Yeah, you can actually... Now, you can go that way if you want and just knock the thing down and then drop down, but there's actually a secret passage over here that lets you go this way normally. And if you have the bazooka, you can blast this open and float on over. If I can see, there we go, to get the Mystic Melody for Tails. So there you go. Yeah, okay. Everything is okay. Yep, just play it, and you're good to go. I think, if I remember right, his Chao is like right around here too. Like you go this way a little bit, and then it's like right over in this section of the stage somewhere, like past this section, obviously. But we're not going to do that with Tails, so we're just grabbing the upgrades. We're not going to concern ourselves with missions 2, 3, and 4 yet, or 5 for that matter. We're going to do that later. Let's see, where else do we need to go? Weapons Bed, we're done. Metal Harbor, we're done. So Tails needs his blaster upgrade, Eggman needs his blaster upgrade, and Rouge needs a thing from Security Hall. Probably one of the most obscure upgrades of all of them. I mean, I'm not really sure, honestly. I guess the Mystic Melodies could be considered obscure because they're kind of all really out of the way, but I don't know. Rouge's upgrade in Security Hall always struck me as this one that's like, you don't really need it for anything. I mean, you need it for some of the hard mode missions, and I think some of the Chao missions too, but yeah. It don't do a whole lot, that's the point. But now for Tails, I hope you like Prison Lane because we're basically playing the entire stage over again. I guess this time we can check what's up here, if I can get up here. Yeah, got a little hit time on the hover there. Thank you. Very nice. Oh, double okay. Alright. Well, I just skipped a little stage, so that's fun. Let's get out of here and not die. Gonna be hearing that a lot for a little bit here. I guess I can explore the other sections of the stage that I didn't explore the last time since I was in such a bloody hurry. What else we got? That's where the Lost Chao is, down there, if I remember correctly. Well, there's a Chao key down here, so I might as well float down and grab myself some upgrades if the camera doesn't destroy me. Hey, more extra lives. Cool. Alright, now where to? Should be able to float over there. Yeah. Sweet. Got a gorilla in an iron box. Almost just died by jumping into that. Next, whoa. Watch where you're pointing those things, man. You're gonna hurt somebody, namely me. And I would rather you not. Okay. Okay. Almost jumped into a box there, or a bullet there. Alright, come here, tiger. Ow. I'm looking at the tiger. I didn't even see that guy. Oh, well. Let's just keep blasting through. We'll get there eventually. We've seen all this before, but that's okay. Sliding our way around and get a few targets. Waggle that control stick. Once You're at Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the worst games in the series. See, I don't think I could get behind that statement, honestly. Like, I don't really see where people could be coming from with that, because, like, I mean, I guess if you don't like the gameplay, that's fine, but, like, one of the worst in the series? Have you played 06? Have you played Sonic and the Secret Rings? Because, like, those are the two bad ones for me in the series. Like, I can't say nothing about most of the more recent ones, but those are the two that, like, I'm like, okay. Now, I won't say that I wouldn't play Sonic 06, because I probably would. That game is so bad that it's worth documenting, but it's more in the case of it's like it's so bad that it's funny, you know what I mean? Like it's just that bad. Gotcha this time, though, you know. But yeah, that probably, if I did that project, it'd probably be a long way off. So, can I get a yeah, Tails? There we go. Ask and you shall receive. And then we get another okay. People have been saying that for every single Sonic game at some time except for Sonic 2. Okay, yeah, well that's true, yeah. That, because at that point it was like, well, Sonic 2 came out and it was everyone's de facto game of the, you know, of the series, basically. And then beyond that, basically that's what happens with a lot of game series, though, is like you'll end up with, people who get attached to one game. Like, one game out of all of them is particularly good. And so people get attached to it, and then if the next game comes out, it starts to get polarized a little bit because people start to say, oh no, this one's better than that one, even though this one's newer and it has other stuff going on in it. But yeah, they'll say that sort of stuff where they're like, yeah, well, you know, this one was better than the newer one. So you end up splitting the fan base with each new entry in the series. Anyway, so yeah, the gold ring's right over there, and Tails' upgrade is actually right over here. Let's not get blasted while we're at it. Open it up. And there's the Laser Blaster. You may have, this may look a little familiar because he had this during the boss fight with Eggman on the Ark, when we fought him as a boss. And what it does is it adds a little bit of an AoE to your shots. So like those missile guys, if you shoot them, any one of their targets now, the single shot explosion will actually kill the entire thing. Now, if you aimed at everything, you will still get the bonuses for it, like the bonus points. I might as well stop the stage, end the stage, because I'm already here. You'll still get the bonus points for it if you locked onto a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it'll just kill them right away. So if the missiles were coming towards you, they won't kill you. So. It was back on the Sega forums. This community is extremely split. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, like a lot of the fan base in the Sonic series all have their own opinions on which game is the best, and it's a very polarized community, I find. So, I mean, it's not. I guess I don't want to say it's not bad because I've seen some pretty toxic garbage in the Sonic community, honestly, but. I mean, I haven't personally engaged with any of it, you know what I mean? I pretty much am just like, yeah, I like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I never really got into the classic series. I probably should at some point, because Sonic Mania looks pretty good. And then we'll go from there, but yeah, you know. I don't think you need to be angry or frustrated with 06. It's an old, cheesy, clunky game now, you know? Just play it and laugh a bit, but you're bad at hating Sonic games. To be honest, played most of them, I like most of them. Yeah, honestly, I was like that too, Rockin' Fun, until I got to Sonic Unleashed. And it's really, well, actually, it's not even Sonic Unleashed. Like, I played Sonic Colors back in 2010 when it first came out, and I was okay. But it got into 2011. It was getting towards the end of 2011. I'm like, you know, I promised I was going to play Sonic Colors for my channel at that point a while back as one of my projects. I tried to play it for myself on my own time, and all of a sudden, the boost formula was making me motion sick. There must have been like a major chemistry change in my body or something like that at the time. But I'm just getting motion sick playing, and I'm like, I can't do this. Let's go see if Sonic Unleashed does the same thing, because I kind of wanted to see if it was good at that time. So I got Sonic Unleashed, motion sick, again. Like, God, I don't even know what would cause that. But, you know. So, but other than that, like, games within, like, the classic games and then the adventure games, I'm pretty much like that. I'm like, yeah, you know, I can't really hate them. There's something redeemable, I find, about pretty much all of them. So, anyway, Rouge's upgrade here in Security Hall. There's a Mystic Melody Chaos Shrine that they've just got sitting here. I don't know why it's not inside of one of the security lock things, but, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I find hitting these is a little difficult sometimes because there's a floating platform. Okay, there we go. The floating platform has this little space between it and the wall. There's like a 1 pixel space that you can, for some reason, drop through. But if you go inside here, you can get Rouge's Sunglasses-esque upgrade, the Treasure Scope. It does the same thing as the sunglasses. You just tap on the action button until you get the Treasure Scope option, And then it will show you hidden items, just like this. So there's an extra life for her. I don't think there's anything else in this room. But yeah, same idea. Actually, Eggman, you're having amnesia. The island already blew up.
Stage.
So now let's go get the last upgrade we need, which is Eggman's Laser Blaster-esque upgrade in Iron Gate. And then we can go and do the last story. Lost World is a legit fun game, but it just got hated and review bombed to hell. I mean, if you're not a big fan of 2D Sonic games, you love Sonic CD and quite like Mania. But with the rest, you find them, okay, not clicking with you. Lost World is fun, you like the chill aesthetic. See, I haven't played Lost World myself. I can't say I've heard anything really good or bad about it. I think it pretty much just slipped under my radar, basically. I might have to check it out one day, I don't know. We'll see. Thank you, my faith in humanity is restored. Final boss track is criminally good. Nice to finally meet someone that appreciates this. Well, I'm glad that it all is working out for the both of you there. I'll check out some of this. I can, you know what I can do about Lost World without getting spoiled is I can check out some of the music. And actually, that would probably be better anyway, because when I'm playing on the streams, I don't often get to hear the music very much, because it's like, okay, so I'm either doing it on the computer and I'm talking over it and there's like people in, you know, voice chat or whatever with me, so I can't hear the music anyway. Or I'm doing it on a console like I'm doing it here, and I have to turn the volume so low so that it doesn't show up on my microphone that I can't hardly hear the music anyway. So now, speaking of music though, we have a little special, I have a special announcement to make for today's stream in particular. So you may recall on the first stream after we did the first stage, Rockin' Fun asked me, hey, why weren't you bopping and singing the City Escape theme the whole time? And the reason, of course, was because I was jabbering my mouth off. But I also said at the time, let me see if I can remember any other tracks that I remember the lyrics to from the game, right? So I says, yeah, I'll you know, see if there's any other tracks I explicitly remember the lyrics to in the game, and I'll sing along to those. As it turns out, there is only one track in the entire game that I remember the lyrics by heart to, and we will be hearing it today. So there may be some sing-along going on the stream today, and I hope you will join me for it in the chat when it happens. You know which one it is. Just trust me on this. All of you know exactly which track it is that I would be singing along to. I just got weirded out really badly because when apparently Eggman's mustache is paper thin. Look at that thing. Like when it turned, it looked like his mustache like unrendered and then re-rendered for a second. But it's just thin as a leaf. Oh my god. That's disturbing. Maybe I'm just so used to, you know, hair actually being hair in video games now that just disturbs me for no reason. I never noticed that before. I don't know why, but anyway, Eggman got his laser blaster upgrades. Now he also gets AoE on his shots. So
Stage select.
had fun playing it. It was an interesting formula for a Sonic game for once. So they changed up the formula from the norm. Okay, gotcha. It was a plus for you because it wasn't a boost game and you really liked the wall jump. You know exactly which track I'm talking about. Good. Very good. There's a wall jump in it. Okay, well that's interesting. I think they had a wall jump in like Sonic Unleashed and maybe in Colors too. But yeah, the wall jump is a carryover from those, but it's not like a boost related carryover, you know what I mean? It's more of a, okay, well here's a vertical wall, so now you can kind of platform up it, you know? So that's interesting. But yeah, like I said, there may be some sing-along going on here. Oh, I don't think I showed this last time we were on Stage Select. You can actually also go up to the Arc on Stage Select here if you go over here. It's just that we've gotten all of the upgrades in these particular stages already. So, yeah, we don't need to worry about those. But that will come in handy if you want to go do the final stage that we're going to be getting into here, because
Story
if we go over here, like I said before, we have the last story to play. So we're going to go play the last story now that we have... I think we have every upgrade in the game. Let me think. Sonic, we got everything. Shadow, we got everything. Rouge, we got everything. Tails, we got everything. Eggman, we got everything because I started getting his upgrades in every stage we went to from Lost Colony on, and then I just did those two. Who didn't I say? Knuckles. We got everything in Knuckles' thing. Yeah, we got everything. Let's go to do the last story now, shall we? Maybe you should have heeded that warning label a little earlier, Eggman.
What's happening here?
You're the one looking at the screen, man. You tell me.
It's my grandfather, Gerald Robotnik.
Does he have some sort of parting words for you? Something strange going on.
That vibration.
Hey, wait. Someone is coming.
Oh, hello, Rouge. What's up?
You haven't given up yet?
It's all over for us.
What makes you say that?
What do you mean?
I just received a message from my boss.
You mean from Gun?
The space colony Ark is currently approaching the Earth at an incredible velocity.
Is that what all the turbulence is on this aeroplane?
Impact Earth.
Great. Wow.
What's that on the screen?
Oh. He looks familiar. Oh, great. He's broadcasting to the entire planet.
Every human being on Earth. If my calculations are correct, the space colony Ark will impact the Earth in
I need to turn it
27
up. Sorry, hang
minutes
on.
and 53 seconds. All of you will be destroyed, along with your beloved planet Earth.
Well, that's not good. Why you gotta be so vengeful in death, Dr. Gerald Robotnik? What the hell? See, this is something I don't miss from old games, is them not having subtitles over top of the
Plan to give you a taste of my real
over top of the cinematic cutscenes like that.
emeralds are collected. Once I initiate this program, it cannot be disabled. All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Okay, that's a little bit on the harsh side.
No. Ready?
What's going on here?
Did they gun him down after the fact, or like what?
My real
The vibration's getting worse.
Well, yeah, we're entering the atmosphere at an incredible velocity. Oh my god.
greatest scientific minds in the world and my grandfather.
Right.
What? I knew you were behind all this. Stop it right now, or else.
I'd have done this a long time ago if I had the chance.
Yeah, I don't think he's behind it the same way you think, Knuckles.
You're pretty persistent for a hedgehog, aren't you? You're still alive.
Just letting Knuckles pilot the shuttle on the way over here was more dangerous than you could ever be.
Wah wah.
This is my grandfather's diary.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see why he's so vengeful in death. Maybe this will give us a
I
clue.
don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind, but then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I had been working on.
Okay,
My
why?
colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter, Maria, I hope you are all safe. The colony was completely shut down, probably to keep the prototype from falling into the wrong hands.
Into the wrong hands. The Ark was shut down under the premise that there had been an accident. I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down.
Well, that would explain why he's so vengeful in death.
I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane.
Okay, but usually insane people don't say they went insane. Like, did you return to sanity again afterwards?
No longer was able to control my thoughts. All I could think about I wanted it all to end. Based on my original projections, I was able to complete my project.
And what was your project?
I designed its mind to be perfect, pure,
Pure what?
everything to him. If you wish, release and awaken it.
If you
To the
wish to
world.
fill the world with destruction... Oh, so that's why you released Shadow from the base.
Because he thought that Shadow was his grandfather's ultimate project. But as we've seen in the cutscenes before, Shadow was alive before that happened.
My grandfather. That mad scientist.
You know we're all aboard, right?
Stop the space colony now.
Yeah, otherwise we will also all die.
They may have shifted due to the amount of energy given off by the emeralds. We have to stop the energy.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't know if that'll stop it from being pulled into the planet. Gravity is pretty strong, but...
There is a way to stop the energy.
Okay.
You have to use your emerald.
Ah, okay.
It told me that the Master Emerald has the power to stop the Chaos Emerald.
So, yeah, I have no idea why the Master Emerald's off Angel Island in this game, but it is rather convenient that it's around, especially when we need it right now. So...
It may be too late.
There still may be some time left if we pull together
what are you trying to say?
to the shortcut that leads to the core.
Oh, okay. So that path there will lead to the Cannon's Core where we can stop the Chaos Emerald power with the Master Emeralds. I don't quite know how that works. I would imagine that it wouldn't take that long. Like, does the power have to flow through that entire hallway, or... I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is,
I'm the world's fastest hedgehog.
we gotta get to the Cannon's Core. And when I say we, I don't just mean me and somebody else. I mean, when Eggman said we're all pulling together, he was right. We are all pulling together. Everyone in that room, except Amy, has something to do in the Cannon's Core, the final stage. I missed chat. Let me look at what I saw before we keep going. Better fucking hear me sing. Oh, you will. Don't worry. It might be ad-libbed a little because of things that are happening on the screen, but I will do my best. Yeah, there is one in Unleashed in Colors. Okay, that's what I thought. I think OG Sonic 1 is kind of overrated. It's very good at the beginning, then it just plummets with the second stage. Kind of agree. Find it okay. Green Hill's amazing, but a lot of stages are very slow paced and a bit bland. Just okay to you, honestly. Yeah, he was executed, bro. They shot him down after he was done talking. Games had more balls back then. Yeah, really. Honestly, you look at this game, and it's weird to say it, but I know for a fact that this game was a product of its time because it came out before, like... a whole lot of bad, and I feel like actually that's a little, honestly, that might be a little egocentric to say because like this game came out before when the World Trade Centers went down, which was in 2001, and I feel like a lot of games that came out after that didn't have the balls to like blow up the moon or execute someone on camera, but it might have just been a product of the time, right? It might have just been the fact that, you know, it's just after the 90s. So they've still got that sort of 90s edge to it almost. A lot of these games do. So don't think you should watch the stream. Silent Match 2 is one of those games you beat and then stop playing for a few years so you can come back to it. The urge to stay is strong. Well, Garrick, it is up to you, but we will be done with it very soon. So, because Cannon's Core is a long stage, but it's not that long. So we'll be doing the best we can. Oh, hey, those shield guys are in. Can you know what? Fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't have time for you. Yeah, the shield guys are in the Tails and Eggman sections now. They will shoot at you if you don't shoot at them. But anyway, there's a time stopper in here. I don't know how Gerald managed to do that, but okay, well. Okay. Why can't I hit him? There. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know why my propeller isn't working all of a sudden. It definitely has nothing to do with the fact that I have a bazooka all of a sudden, but whatever. You're supposed to be able to propeller shot those shield guys, by the way. Maybe it's because I'm playing in 60 FPS. Maybe that has something to do with it. That usually has something to do with it. Anyway, there's a time stop mechanic in this thing. There's a little timer that you can use to turn the enemies completely stopped in time. Nice job, Tails. That's good enough. Let's get down here. Gotta keep moving. Okay. Gotta keep moving if I can here because... Oh, there we go. I just had to be the right distance away. Never mind. I wasn't the correct distance. That's all. Whoa. Okay, can I slip through? Yes, I can. Awesome. Okay, can do, Eggman. Let's see what else I can do while I'm at it. Let's see. I gotta wait for that weight to come down and then shoot the thing. So, wait for it. Now. And then jump up here. Blast this door open as quickly as you can because there will be reinforcements coming in just a second. Like that. Alright, we made it through. Perfect. The time stopper, by the way, isn't just for show. It actually stops the clock in the stage as well. So that's nice if you're trying to, get a good score in time attack. Yeah, I'm just leaving. You guys can just heck right off with that shield bullshit. I had to let that go. Oh my god! Okay. Before I got blasted. So anyway, I started blasting. That's this entire stage. Whoa. Grab a few of those guys before they leave. But yes, Canon's Core is special in that you play as every single character. Except for Shadow. He's brooding. He's not around right now to help us out. So we'll work on it with everybody else. And then we'll go from there. Wait for it. Now. There we go. Just gotta wait for them to take their shields down, and then you can blast them. So. Let's get that guy before he shoots me. Now, when time is stopped, you can kill those artificial chaos that are inside of themselves there. It just doesn't work otherwise. Now here, you want to get on these ones with the X's and hover around the other ones. You also want to get on this one with the X. I remember this part distinctly because I had a little trouble with it as a kid, so. And then if you just float on up here, you can find the door. Awesome. Anything else over here to get? Whoa! There's that guy and that guy. Blast that again because what the heck not. That'll get me through. Oh god. Almost got squished there, but that's okay. We're good. Checkpoint, sweet. I believe if you go in that direction, across this way to that door, you can get to where the Lost Chow is, but you can't go on that platform because the platform will drop out from underneath you, so. I'm just gonna try to grab a few points where I can while also not getting shot by the artificial chaos. They didn't explain why the artificial chaos are here yet, by the way. We'll get to it in just a few moments, if I can see. I knew that was going to happen. I shouldn't even have tried it. It's okay. Alright, now, for this room. There we go. Perfect. I got the timing just right. Let's see. Now I gotta wait a minute. And wait. No, not that. Not like that. Let me get that guy out of here. Hang on. Oh, I can get back up. No, I can't. Never mind. Yeah, you gotta drop onto this at the right time. So we'll see what we can do about that. And go. And it might be too much. Can't quite get up there. Yeah, okay. And then maybe like this. Like that, and then like that. Sweet. It's a little unorthodox, but it'll work. And here's another security door. I don't think there's reinforcements for this one, though, so just let Eggman go through it. If you can shoot the time stopper before hitting the security door, it's a good idea, because it'll stop your time so that you can go from there. Oh, I couldn't glide until like way at the end. Okay, will do. So yes, the core has liquid in it that we need to drain out. You'll notice a few different chaos doors around this place, by the way, as we walk around. Like there's one down there near the bottom where Rouge's stage started. It's like down there. Those are used for the Lost Chow mission, and you actually have to hit the Mystic Melody on the shrines in multiple places in this mission in order to make it work. So, see, Rouge doesn't have the problem with shields because she can just drop kick them underneath their shields. So. Hit that guy up. Ow. Let's go hit this guy up if I can. There we go. Do that. So there's the switch right there. We'll grab it in a second. I just want to hit this guy if I can. Ow. I'll die from doing this. Don't know why I'm messing around. Oh, okay. Screw it. Kick. That's the chaos key, or the Chow key rather. Where's the thing that I want? I think it's on the other side. Okay. So that will open up the switch to drain the liquid out of the core, so that then we can move on to the next character, which will be Knuckles. Let's do that real quick, and then I think it's right here. Yeah, there it is. I'll hit that up if I can. Get the heck out of here. Oh, God. I think I need to hit the thing again, though. There we go. Yeah, because the water, you can't go through this water when it's rushing. It won't let you. So you gotta stop time so that you can go through the water instead of that. Now, considering the fact that it's an underwater section, I can think of only one person who would be right for the job, because frankly, he's the only one with the aquatic necklace there. We got an aquatic mine. So let's let Knuckles take care of things after this. Let's see. Yep. So you mean you guys can break open those doors with your bazookas, but I have the hammer gloves and I can't just smash the door open with my fists? What a ripoff. Think this game had the most interesting story, quite edgy, but not in the bad way. Different character perspectives and the greatest ending. I would honestly agree. I think that I used to think that the game's story was not as good as Sonic Adventure 1's. And I still think the character development in Sonic Adventure 1 is better than this game's. But honestly, the story is better than I remember it being in this game. So I've had a lot of fun playing it at the very least. So, hello, ASDF Guy 76. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming. How you doing? We are in Cannon's Core, blasting our way through. Trying to do the best we can. Okay, so we can't get through that section just yet because there's a laser gate. I need to find a time stopper so that the lasers stop moving. I believe it's right back here. Go on, Knuckles. There you go. Yep. And now we're through. Hit that up. Go up here. Hit the switch. And there goes that. So now that section that we saw before that had the grate over top of it, we can now go through. So let me hit this up again. I don't think that actually matters, though. I don't think that the water rushing in here is actually going to make any difference. Like, I don't think... There's a couple of sections where the tunnels in here actually don't let you proceed because the water is too... what's it called? The water's rushing too fast, so we'll fix it. Also, if you don't have the air necklace, you can actually still beat the stage. You just need to... there we go. You need to actually use the air bubbles that they have around the stage itself in order to beat the stage after that. It's a big pain in the butt, and that's why I got the air necklace, because first of all, I have to show you where all the upgrades are, and second of all, it makes this part a lot easier. Have I ever done it without the air necklace? I've tried as a kid, because I didn't know where the air necklace was as a kid, but never succeeded, basically, is all you really need to know about that. Now this section you need to hit multiple time stoppers in order to get through. You can grab that seal if you so choose, but yeah, my time's a little limited, so let's just I think the last switch is right here. Yep, there we go. Grab that, and now we're good. Yeah, mostly need the air necklace. That's the most important part about this section, is having the air necklace so that you can just get through this without having to worry about it. You can do it without it, but you have to do it in 54 seconds, I think, because it's like you get 18 seconds of not being able to breathe, and that's about it, if I remember right. So. Well, you're depending on the right guy, because Sonic is the man for the job here. All right. Gotcha. Ha! There's your use for the magic hands. This guy would have split up on me if I hadn't grabbed him and smacked him up with the magic hands, but I did, so... And I also got this guy, throw him at that guy. If I didn't hit him, just throw him at that guy, and there you go. So yeah, the magic hands have some use. It's just that they're not... It requires Sonic to stop, basically, which is not always the best thing to do. Okay, well, I'm on this side now, so... I don't know how I got here, but I'm on this side anyway, so I might as well take advantage of it. There we go. Can I get the ring before it? Okay, it's not on a laser gate. Okay, let's see. Can I get down to you before you disappear on me? Yes, I can. Sweet. Anyway, to get through this, you need to go down here. Let's do that. And you need to get out of here before it starts, the time starts up again. Otherwise, you won't make it through that section. Now, I believe, you can go one of two different directions, but if you want to get the Lost Chow, you have to go up this direction because it'll spawn a set of rings that you have to follow in order to get to the Lost Chow. I won't be showing me getting the Lost Chow on screen, but I will be doing it because my plan for how I'm going to show off the missions is I'm going to be doing missions 2, 3, and 4 on Shadow because he doesn't participate in this mission. And then I'm going to be showing mission 5 on Cannon's Core because everybody else participates in this mission. So that's my plan. Anyway, let's see how we did. I think that's like a B. Yeah, it's not bad.
Piece of cake.
Usually I don't get a B. I usually get like a C on that one. So that's pretty good. I'll take it. Have some joy, some sadness, some teamwork, great music. Yeah, for sure. All of the above. Other Sonic games usually end with, yay, we beat Eggman, let's go for a picnic. I mean, that's fair. Oh, and by the way, they held over the canon countdown section, except this part, they just have it as the Colony Impact countdown now.
Look, it's Shadow.
Meanwhile, we have Brooder and always getting left behind.
I really gotta stop whining. Everyone's trying their best to help out, and so must I.
Well, I mean, you could have helped out before, Amy. It's not like there wasn't anything for you to do.
Shadow, we need you. Please help us.
Yeah, magic hands are situationally useful. They only have some uses, and it's usually when Sonic has to stop for something.
There's no way to save anyone.
There has to be. I know that people fight over the most trivial things. Some people may be selfish, like the professor said. But they're basically good if they try their best and never give up on their wishes. They always have a reason to be happy. That's why you should help them out. Saving them is a good thing. Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them. Give them a chance.
Oh god, she said the Vietnam flashback trigger words! Shadow's brooding. That's why he's not in the canon score stage. He's brooding over the fact that he thinks that the professor wanted him to allow him to get his revenge, when in reality, he just hasn't seen the full vision yet, which is right here. So yeah, in case it wasn't obvious before, Shadow was brought into the world as a prototype of the ultimate life form before Dr. Gerald Robotnik went insane and started basically being nihilistic and wanting the world to die. The other one that was listed in the Shadow Project was his after-the-fact thought. And, well, it could be the main reason why we're having so many problems at this point. ASDF guy, thank you for following. I appreciate that.
What's that?
Watch a streamer say in the hero story like Sonic actually died and Amy and Tails had to reproduce. Oh, that would be. Eesh, yikes. May or may not have looked at Amy and Tails fanfiction. See, that's a big yikes for me, Chief. I don't know if I could look into that stuff because a lot of that stuff is like, I don't know. It's weirdly sexualized, a lot of Sonic fanfiction. I'm just like, okay, whatever floats your boat, man, but I can't say it I ever want to associate with that myself. Did his diary summon you into are you a genie? And now since you have released me, my masters, I will grant you one wish. Oh, there we go. Now Shadow's contributing to the team effort. Brother! It's been too long! Okay, well, that'll work. Shadow being a distraction while they take care of the Chaos Emeralds will do the job. And so now we get to fight the actual prototype question mark of the Ultimate Life, the Bio Lizard. The ultimate end result of Dr. Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik's research. So here's how I like to do this one. So Shadow has a very interesting running animation because he has skates. Now, if you run too far away from the head of the Bio Lizard, he'll start chasing you with his tail instead. So what I like to do is what you just saw there. While he's chasing me with his head, hang on, let me show you again. So you get up to running speed first, right, so that you're skating. You do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so that you can kind of get away from him, but not so far away that he starts, like, chasing you with his tail instead. Because then you'll just get turned around and you'll end up getting hit. It's no fun for anybody, so. Here you want to back away a little bit because he'll start shooting those at you, and those are not good. If you get hit, he stops for a minute, though, so. Let me grab that. Whoa, okay. I always get tripped up by these for some reason. I'll get it back by the end of the boss fight, I'm sure, but basically the idea is to grind up to his weak point. For some reason, he has a brain in a jar on his back. Or maybe that's his spinal cord. It's a really weird-looking spinal cord if it is. But that's the weak point, so you want to damage him there. I try to keep a few rings around the arena for myself, just so I can grab them after the fact if I, if I get hit, which I do get hit fairly often in this fight, so it's not my best showing. For some reason, I have a hard time with the top and bottom thing here. Just go back and forth. Don't fall in the water. That's the most important part. By the way, the track that's playing in the background here is called Supporting Me. It's probably one of my favorite tracks in the game. I really dig the whole aesthetic of it. It's kind of like this, it's weird and it's kind of brooding, and the lyrics are really distorted, so it's really hard to hear it, but if you know what the lyrics say, it's really, like, it's a good track just by itself, but if you know what the lyrics mean, it has so much more meaning. It's great. I love the track. It's really good. So look it up so that you don't have to listen to it with my dumbass talking over it. Alright, what else you got, BioLizard? This is different. So he'll summon eggs around here, and you have to kind of jump your way up, use the homing attack to hit them, don't get hit by them while you're at it, and use them as a platform to get up to him, because now he won't take deep breaths, and so you can't grind up his life support machine to get there. But yeah, we're getting it back. I'm figuring things out. I'm remembering how this fight actually works. It'll be good, I think. Give him a little room. There we go. See if I can get through a section without getting hit. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. See, that wasn't so hard. Alright, let's see here. Whoa, okay. Bad homing attack. Bad homing attack. Let me grab a ring first. We're gonna... Shadow, could you grab a ring and actually home in on something, please? I'm not... It's not that hard. There we go. Sweet. Well, we're almost out of rings now. I think there's only a few left, but thankfully he's on his last leg, so... Oh, by the way, I forgot to do it here. If you get over by the tail, you can actually get through this section a lot easier without there being any chance of you getting hit, because there's like a gap in the in these eggs over by his tail that will allow you to get through. So I'm gonna try for it. There we go. Damn it! Right at the end too. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it again. I missed some chat. Let me read it before we keep going here. But yeah, if you get hit there, it's basically you either have to do it or it's game over. Well, you lose a life, not game over. It's not game over unless you lose all your lives, but you know. Hey Marie, how's it going? You did miss Cannon's Core, yes, but it was fun. We were pretty much just chatting about the whole game while we were at it, so. How you doing? Got all the recessive genes, I am your shadow. Fun fact, in White Jungle there are usually hundreds of missing rings, and they're all above the stage, and those rings are actually used for an earlier version of Green Forest and are all above the stage. Interesting. I did not know that, actually. Think you heard about that one? Use this track as one of your PvP themes back when you played Elsword. Well, I think it's fitting. I mean, it's got that kind of brooding edge to it, so I think it would make sense in like a PvP setting. Love unused content trivia. It's definitely fun. It gives you a kind of a look behind the curtain, you know what I mean? Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Perhaps with less death would be good. You can kind of tell that the BioLizard hasn't been out for a while because, like, he's taken a little bit to get himself all situated here. They haven't really shown it off in the background there too much, but something that you can think about in terms of lore for this. So, you may remember from Sonic Adventure 1 that there was a mural in the Lost World stage depicting Chaos destroying the world. So, apparently, Dr. Gerald Robotnik knew about... See, they're slower on this one. That's why it keeps tripping me up. Okay. No, I didn't want you to light dash the rings. Thank you. Man, I'm just messing up here. That's okay. Yeah, they're slower on that first one, so it's supposed to make it easier for you to dodge them, but I just find that the rhythm of it is way off. So, what was I saying? Yeah, there was a mural in Sonic Adventure 1 in the Lost World stage depicting Chaos destroying the world. Apparently, Dr. Gerald Robotnik knew about this mural, and he also knew about the mural that may or may not be in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Apparently there's one in like Sky Sanctuary Zone or something like that. I can't say. I've never played Sonic the Hedgehog 3 myself, so I can't say one way or the other whether or not it's there. But apparently he saw those because there's a shrine that looks an awful lot like the Master Emerald Shrine in the back of this arena. We'll see it more after the fight is over. And he apparently, when he designed the ultimate life form, that being this thing, he designed it in a likeness. Now, I use the term likeness loosely because this thing looks nothing like Chaos, but he designed it in a likeness of Chaos. Now, with that being said, there was another mural, and this is the one in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I think, that depicted a hedgehog in, I think it was a hedgehog in super form. And so the basic gist of the whole thing is that Shadow himself, as a prototype of the Ultimate Lifeform, is based on the mural that Dr. Gerald Robotnik saw in one of the ruins that he went to. And the Bio Lizard is based on the Chaos mural, which was from Sonic Adventure 1. So Shadow indirectly was based off of a mural painting of the future that depicted Sonic, and the Bio Lizard is based off of Chaos. Like, the Bio Lizard being based off Chaos is a little bit less, like, crazy, but, like, there's this weird coincidence going on. Now, obviously it was planned because, you know, Sega planned for that. They said, hey, here's an interesting detail that we kind of glossed over from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Maybe we should do something with that. Okay, let's do something with it. Let's make a character around it. And there you go. So, I thought that was an interesting little bit of trivia. And I don't think they ever directly explain it in the game, but, yeah, you know, it's interesting. I find it interesting, anyway. If I had the bounce bracelet, I would have been much better off there. All right, let's see if we can get over to the tail before this gets out of hand. See if I can show you the little gap I was talking about. Okay, nope, it's definitely not there in this version. Maybe it's only in the Dreamcast version or the GameCube version, I don't know. But we got him. He roared like a lion, but deep down, maybe he was just a pussycat. Alright, good job, Shadow. Now for the fun to start. Let's see if we can stop the Chaos Emeralds from accidentally destroying the planet. So does that thing just, like, grow and shrink in size as needed, Knuckles, or what? I guess it's kind of hard to store in your absolute storage space if it doesn't, though, doesn't it?
Kohler is the one that unifies the Chaos. Only you can do this. Stop the Chaos Emeralds.
Go on, Chaos, do your job. Excuse me. Neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds. Did you decide to be an elephant all of a sudden? You went from being a lion to an elephant to a magical teleporting dragon thing?
Chaos Control is?
What do you even mean by that? You use Chaos Control. I think that's a mistranslation.
Why is the space colony still on a crash course to Earth?
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
The prototype is still alive.
Oh, great.
Controlling the space colony as it's falling to Earth. It's become one with the space colony and is determined to keep it on its collision course.
Well, how do we stop something that can fuse with a computer? Or do you mean literally became one with a space colony? Because that's kind of gross. Oh, I don't like the look Sonic's got in his eye. Knuckles, you already know what's going to happen. Don't even look at them like you don't know what's going on. Make sure I take a drink of water before we start here. Since I've been drafted to sing the final boss theme. Alright, let's go Super, shall we? Hey Amarella, how's it going? You're just in time, we're about to do the final boss fight. You ain't never felt something like this before, Shadow. Well, maybe you have, I actually don't know, but I would imagine he never got the chance to go Super before, you know, being put back to sleep. Unless the military let him do it. Maybe that's why they had 3 of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. I don't know. I have to turn the volume up so I can sing this. I hope you're ready. But let's save the planet from the falling space colony by fighting the final hazard, shall we? Oh boy, here we go. Can feel life moving through your mind. Blast those so that you can damage him. Yeah, can feel time slipping down your spine. I think I might be a little ahead of it. Ooh, try it. I don't know what the words are there, actually. I don't know this by heart. I'm ad-libbing a little. But you can hardly swallow. I'm ahead of it a little bit. Your fears and pain. Yeah, I gotta turn it up a little more. When you can't help but follow, it puts you right back where you came. I still can barely hear it. There we go. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the works of Jesus Christ. That's really loud, ow. Live and learn. If you beg or if you borrow, live and learn. You may never find your way. Damn it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, so the idea here is to hit the hit those little cancer cell looking things there, but obviously he's not going to make it easy for you. And it will get harder and harder as you go. If you have to, you can fly over top of the final hazard to switch back over between Sonic and Shadow. Like if you start getting low on rings, you have to do that. Otherwise, you will die. And then, well, it doesn't end well for you. Alright, I gotta get down here somehow without getting hit by the laser. I missed it. So there's your singing. Okay, go. There. Eventually, when you get close enough, it gets treated like a homing attack, so... Alright, Shadow, let's finish this, shall we? It's not going to be made easy for us, but we'll see if we can finish it. Let's get around the side. Oh, God. Okay. Alright, Shadow, come on. We got enough in it. It's got to be you. Nobody else can do this except you and Sonic, but, you know, it's probably best if you do it because, you know, this is your brother. Well, we beat it right when the solo started, so that's pretty good. The boss fight can only last 5 minutes, by the way. If you get to 5 minutes, the colony it gets into the lower atmosphere and impacts Earth and you die. And you have to start over. So, yeah, there you go. The track is so singable, yeah, for sure. I can't say that I have a very good singing voice with which to sing it, but, you know, I gave it my best. I still love this track. I don't know, I still like it a lot myself. It's still pretty good. It's got that catchy 80s rock to it, you know? Okay, so what do we do? I think I know what they're gonna do. Ah. Well, I'm glad you didn't blow your friends into oblivion with some kind of weird key blast or something. Oh. Ah, crap baskets.
This is my promise I made to you.
Oh, shit. I guess in a morbid sort of way it makes sense. He said in the fight there, while I was talking over top of him, that he had to destroy all of the evil that the professor had created, and I guess technically he's one of the professor's inventions, so in a weird sort of way, he made it so that the professor's legacy wouldn't be a problem anymore. It's just sad that it took his entire life to do it. Well, it's something to think about, isn't it? It's definitely something to think about for the our cast,
Where is Shadow?
because, well, he's not coming back, Rouge. He had to teleport. Okay, so my way of saying it is, okay, their Chaos Control teleported the colony,
Shadow?
but somebody had to teleport Sonic or Shadow out of the way. So Shadow said, all right, well, I'm going to teleport you, you teleport the colony, and then it'll all be good. He couldn't teleport himself and Sonic and the colony. It just wasn't enough.
I guess you're right.
As a child,
But in the end, he ended up being a hero anyway, even if he thought the Doctor invented him for
He was my hero
not that reason.
to be a great scientist like him. But did he really mean to destroy us?
the audio balancing in this game is it's really sad that it's so obscured towards skewed towards the music, because Eggman's thoughts there and the way that Dean Bristow delivered that line, where he's kind of like wistful about the whole thing, like he's not sure how to think of the whole thing, because he always looked up to his grandfather, Dr. Gerald Robotnik, as this sort of prominent figure in the reason why he does the things he does. And now he just learns that at the end of his life, when the going got tough, his grandpa got nihilistic and decided he wanted to kill everyone. And Eggman's like, okay, well, I want to dominate the world, but I don't want to kill everyone. Like, what the hell? But just the way that Dean Bristow delivers that line is really good. It's just too bad that we could barely hear it.
Let's go home to the planet as cool and blue as me.
Let's go home, team. After a job well done, but...
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Sonic himself sounds a little wistful about the whole thing. But, I mean, frankly, it's fitting, because I think this is the first time in the series that Sonic has had someone that is kind of like he's like a rival, I guess. Not really a friend at this point, he's a rival. And he couldn't save him. Like, Shadow had to sacrifice himself in order for that to all go well. So, yeah, so I think it's almost like a little bit of a maturing moment for Sonic. It's just too bad that Sega's marketing team decided in the very next game that they wanted to prioritize the marketing of Shadow over all the rest and just sort of pull him back to life. Because he got a good send-off in this game, I find. Like, this whole thing of kind of it being like a noble sacrifice for him is a good full circle loop for his character to kind of be this sort of like edgy, kind of almost like a badass evil character, like an anti-hero. And then him to come to a realization that, no, what I thought was a lie, but then still step up and take charge of things at the end of everything. So it's a good little character that they've developed for him. And then they decided to bring him back, and, well, I don't know if I could agree with that personal decision. I understand that he's marketable, and I understand that he was one of everyone's favorite characters in this game, but I think he was their favorite character because he was willing to make that sacrifice, or at least that's part of it. Anyway, so that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sonic Adventure 2. We have not done the battle section of the game yet. We haven't done like the multiplayer, and we haven't looked at the side missions yet, but we will be working on those on Tuesday as a bonus episode. This game is very good. It will consistently stay close to my heart for the remainder of my life because I played it as a kid, and honestly, I think it's aged pretty well. There are a few things that I think about it that are kind of like, a little bit. That you can see in some places where there are like mistranslations between the Japanese and the English version of it. The homing attack kind of doesn't work as well as it should, I think, or works too well in the wrong situations. But yeah, the music is fantastic. The story is good. The character development I don't think is as good as in Sonic Adventure 1 because there wasn't a whole lot of it. A new day brings new adventure, but for now, rest easy, heroes. Excuse me a moment, I have to read this part. Because though one of you may be gone, through his sacrifice, your world was saved. So that's it. Yeah, the main thing really about this game that I'm particularly fond of, and the thing that I'll always be like really, really fond of, all Time Attack boss stages are now available. Okay, interesting. I don't think we'll be showing that on the thing, but yeah, the thing about this game that for me in particular always really resonates with me is what they did with music in this game. This game's soundtrack is phenomenal, not just because the tracks are banging and like really catchy and great tunes, but also because of the fact that every single track in the game has this theming to it, because it kind of signifies in every single situation what the characters are feeling in the situation that they're in and how they are reacting to the world around them and the expectations that are on them, right? In particular, one of the things that I kind of came across as I was thinking about this is like, so Knuckles' themes have rap in them, so there's a lot of, like, it's more lyrical than everybody else's, right? And the reason why that might be is because there's this common conception about people who are lonely or loners that they talk to themselves. So that's why it's lyrical, because Knuckles is talking to himself while doing the stages. It's a similar sort of thing with like the other characters. Like Tails is following in Sonic's footsteps, so his music could almost pass as Sonic's music in previous games. Rouge has this spy theme to her, not just because she has the expectations of being this kind of like femme fatale, but also because she is literally playing double agent to everybody. Nobody actually knows who she works for until the end of the game. The music is great. They do this thing with theming in the music in particular that really resonates with me. And thankfully, the rest of the game is also very good to boot. Like I said, the story's pretty good. It's better than I remember it being. I don't think it's like Shakespeare or anything like that, but it's good for what it needed to be for. I don't think the characters developed particularly much over the course of the game. They did more character development with the music than with the characters themselves, but that's not really a big deal. The mechanics of the game, yeah, so the gameplay in the game is quite good as well. You can really see where they sort of took what they had in Sonic Adventure 1 and refined it down to a fine edge, basically, so that it's this really laser-focused sort of game that's really easy to come back and play, or really easy to pick up and then hard to master. And of course, the mastery happens in the stage select, where you can go to do all the other missions and you can see if you're actually a master at the game, because if you get all A ranks in the battle version, you actually get a separate reward. Now, it's only like skins for multiplayer, but I mean, I guess you could still say that it's there as a reward. So, speaking of which, we have a few missions that we need to go do. We still have, in the stage select, I haven't shown off the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th mission types. I haven't shown off the kart racing, and I haven't shown off the 2-player versus mode at all. Those are things that I will be showing off on a special bonus episode of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle of the Stream Edition, which is going to be happening on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me read what I missed in chat, and then we will call it a day, won't we? Let's see. Only for your Raven, mean back when you play PvP. Okay, gotcha. Haven't seen it, probably just look up the move Deadly Raid, executed people with that on purpose. Oh, Jesus. All of this ending, so much emotion. Hey, let's have a chili dog. Yeah, you're too slow. Well, you know, it did become more cartoony later in the later games, so I think it was more of a marketing decision for it to become more cartoony and kids-oriented in later games. I prefer these older ones, these more classical, well, not classical, but the early modern Sonic games I usually prefer, because they have this sort of function to them where you can play them as a kid and still appreciate them, but then come back to them as an adult and appreciate other things about them that you didn't catch as a kid. So, yeah, I think I prefer these. Now, unfortunately, this is where the ball stops for me, because I don't like Sonic Heroes at all. I don't like Sonic 06 very much at all. It's, like I said, I can't really hate it, but it's very mechanically bad. Sonic and the Secret Rings is probably the objectively worst Sonic game I've ever played. And I can't play any games beyond that except for maybe Lost World and Mania because of the boost mechanic. So, yeah, this is really where the ball stops for me with Sonic. So if we're going to go anywhere with the Sonic series after this, it would either have to be forwards to, like, Lost World or Mania, or backwards to the classic series, because I never really got into those as a kid. We'll have to see. This game has an online multiplayer mod, could join. You could, but I'm playing this on PS3, so I don't think I can get it for online multiplayer. I think I have to have the PC version for that to work. But I do have a brother who is upstairs frosting cookies right now, who also played this game as a child, who is looking forward to the idea of beating my ass in versus mode. So we'll do that as a part of our other sections of things to do on Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on the next episode of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle of the Stream Edition. But for now, that's going to be it. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. A little bit of a shorter one today, but just because of the fact that I had to split the bonus episode up. Like I said, I want to do Cannon's Core Mission 5 as a part of the bonus episode to demonstrate hard mode. And I couldn't do that today because we would have had to play through all the other missions to get there. So, we'll split it up. It'll be fine. So this will be a shorter stream, and that one will be a shorter stream. But until Tuesday, everybody, take care, and have a good night. Okay, gentle reminder to myself. Never ever sing while doing gameplay again. 'Cause I'm awful at it.